Welcome back to the 1 million mile road trip. I'm always on the forums and on Facebook forums of various full-time RVers and other RVers, and I have seen hundreds of posts, if not more, talking about they don't use regular toilet paper in their RV black tanks because they get them stuck or they have problems with it. I've heard them say they use a little paper bag beside the toilet, and I'm gonna tell you, we were full-time before for 2.5 years and used nothing but regular toilet paper, and we use nothing but regular toilet paper now, and we don't put it in a separate bag or anything. We just treat it just like a household toilet. I'm gonna tell you how you can keep from having any trouble with your tanks. Totally. You will never have trouble as long as you do this that I have seen. I have never had trouble, put it that way. This right here is my remedy. Every time I'm at a campground, when we are, I use a T. I shut the regular white water, the regular drinking water off, and I attach another water hose there, and it runs over here to the black water flush, tank flush, right there. And what I do is, now I've been letting this run for about 5 minutes. Usually I have Meddena in there, and she tells me when the tank's full, the black tank is full, and I pull it. And sometimes it's a lot. You don't want to watch that, I'm sure, but basically you run your tank flush, you drain your tanks completely maybe 3 times. It takes about 30 minutes, 45 minutes to do this, but if you'll do this every time you camp, it will solve your problem totally. If you do this every other time you camp, it will maintain it. In a campground, we don't stay in a campground a whole lot, maybe once every 10 days, but what I do is I take it out and I do this. I wash the tank out. Usually I shut the black tank again, fill it up again. I fill it up to the top if I can, where it says the tank is completely full, and I just drain it out until the water is clean coming out the hose. It'll be clean just like it does in the gray tank. It'll come out absolutely clean, and when it does, I know that the tank's good and fresh and clean. And you can do this and you will not have trouble. At least I can't say 100%, but I say this: I have never had trouble with my black tank using regular toilet paper when I flush my tank out like this. Now, they say that you need to get your tanks flushed. Let me get this up here. They say that you need to get your tanks completely flushed out once a year. It costs $100. You do your gray tank and your black tank, and what they do is basically they run a pressure washer thing up in your tank hose, blow it out, and they say you wouldn't believe what comes out of your gray tank. So this is just a easy way, and like I said, we've never used anything but household toilet paper. We don't use RV toilet paper. We use household toilet paper, and as long as I rinse my tanks out once, twice a month, if I'm in a campground, I run 2 or 3 tanks, tank flush through there, where it washes the tank out, and then I drain it just like I'm draining my black tanks, and when it comes out completely clear, I know I've got everything out of there. And I'll do that before I leave every time. Like the day before I leave, I run some water in there and the tank flush it out, and then I'll leave. Or when I come up here to go camp where I get my space, I'll go ahead and hook it up. So I might want to do some when I first arrive a couple of times, and then when I leave, just to make sure. But it totally handles the issue. I don't have any problem in using regular household toilet paper. I hope this has been some good information, and if you got any questions, I'd appreciate it if you put it at the bottom of the video. Give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, and subscribe if you haven't. We sure would appreciate it. Thank you. Hope to see you on the road. And just a little reminder, when you are draining your tanks out and you're fixing to go back on the road with your black tank, try to leave about 3 gallons of water in your black tank. And the reason how you can do that with your flush, you can just give it about a couple of minutes of a good, it depends on the strength of your pressure on your hose, but you never want to leave a completely dry tank. I try to give it about 2 to 3 gallons of water in the bottom of the tank. Even if you have to get it in a bucket and pour it down your toilet, it just makes all the solvents and everything have something in there and not build up anything to stick to. Just some information to pass on.
Son of a southern man, daughter of a free man, children of the Civil War. Blackbird on a limb, both of them diving in deeper than